I'm Father Steve Hall. I'm the vicar here at St Mary's the Virgin, Lewisham, and I've been here now for a couple of months. My family home is Cheam, which is southwest London, so that's where I was born and brought up, and I went to school there. And I got involved in the church really through singing, through joining the church choir. Some of my friends were singing in the choir, and I realised they got paid for it, so that seemed a good thing to do. So I joined them singing in the church choir and just got more and more involved in the church over the years. And so after university, I came back to South London and I was working in a special school, which is nearby on the Downham estate. So I lived and worked there for 3 years, the other side of Catford. And again, was still involved in the local church and eventually, I think, gave up arguing with God. So I went through the church selection process and it was agreed that I should go forward for ordination. So that meant that I then had another 3 years studying at a college called Cuddesdon, near Oxford, doing my theology and religious studies. And at the end of that time, then I came back to South London and I was a curate for 4 years at St Giles in Camberwell, which was great. I really loved it, felt very at home there, which is partly why I feel so at home now that I'm in Lewisham. So I moved from South London down to Brighton and had a great 5 years there as chaplain at what was Brighton Polytechnic and then became Brighton University. So I really enjoyed my time down there. Brighton is a fun city to be in, and it's also where I met and married my wife, Rona. So it's a special place for that as well. We were married at Sussex University Chapel at a very special occasion and a great time. And then my wife got a job in Oxford. So we then had to decide whether we wanted to stay in Brighton or move completely to Oxford. And we agreed that we would look for something for me near Oxford. And the job that I got was at a new prison called Bullingdon Prison. And it was working half-time in the prison and half-time in the local church team based in Bicester. The prison was hard at times and sad at times and difficult, but equally immensely rewarding, and you really felt there were moments when you felt you were doing something that could really make a difference to people's lives. So challenging but very rewarding, and I feel in many ways part of that prison work has remained with me in the years since, and all of that has now brought me to St Mary the Virgin in Lewisham. This time it wasn't that we moved from my wife's job. She has been working in London, but we had agreed that we would look to move to London, and preferably South London, because it's always been my home. So I feel immensely pleased that now, after a year or so of looking for the right place, that God has brought us here, and that I've now started my new ministry amongst such a great crowd of people here at St Mary the Virgin at Lewisham. I still feel very new here at St Mary's, and I'm saying to everybody very clearly, and have been saying since I arrived, I haven't come with a great master plan of what we're going to do, but I do believe that St Mary's has said very clearly it's looking forward to a new chapter and a new way forward into new areas, and I'm quite sure that God will lead us into those new things. I'm sure that together we can reach out to this community through music, through art, through celebrations, as well as through all those church events and weddings and baptisms and funerals, to really make this again the home for all the community of Lewisham, the place that they want to come to for all those special times in their lives. I think we have immense potential here. So I don't have all the answers yet, but I know that together, the people here at St Mary's and myself, that God will lead us into exciting new things in the years ahead. And I intend to be here for a very long time to see those things happen.